terms of studying the market, the first characteristic we have to look into is the industry size and growth. We have to look at the overall market, the growth rate, the market segmentation, and the geographic reach to assess the current and future demand of your product. There's a lot of different aspects and metrics to really dive into, and we're going to be going through them one by one, as well as a couple examples for my ongoing sustainable furniture example we've been giving. The first metric is the industry revenue. You have to look at the industry size as a whole by looking at the total revenue and total sales revenue of that product and the potential of what you could be getting into. The market share is another big factor to look into. You have to look at the market share by companies to see how many competitors are really dominating the market. Are there a few competitors that are taking over 90% of the market share, or is it pretty distributed along a lot of different companies? Then we have to look at the number of customers. What is your potential customer base? As well as the growth rate. In the growth rate, we have to look at the historical growth as well as the future growth projections. Was this an old industry that had a lot of growth in the past but doesn't have a bright future due to maybe technology changes or cultural changes? Or is this something thriving and continually growing over time? The next factor would be the market segmentation. You have to look at the different product categories you can get into, different target metrics and target markets for those product categories, as well as maybe niche markets you can really dive into. The next metric would be the offline versus online sales. We are talking about e-commerce and a predominantly online sale company. So you have to be making sure that people do purchase this product online and not only offline in brick and mortar stores or trade shows or different kind of events. We would then look into the geographic reach. Is there a primary market region, secondary market region? Can you hit people globally? Since this is e-commerce, you can reach the world. So will you be selling locally, or do you have a potentially global customer base? The next would be seasonality and economic trends. Are there any seasonal trends we should be aware of? Does the holiday season affect us? Does summer affect us? Are there any cyclical trends? Throughout the year, does demand go up and down? Does it follow certain trends in history? The next metric would be growth and innovation opportunities. Are there new markets we can get into that haven't really been tapped? Are there different product lines that haven't really been developed? Are there strategic partnerships we can look into? By partnering with another company, can we provide more innovative and more interesting products for our customers? And then the last metric would be the distribution channels. What are the distribution channels in place? Are there preferred channels that people go through already? Would it be through a company like Amazon or marketplaces online? Do people go to certain places for this product? And are there emerging channels that look like they can be a pretty good place for you to sell your product and get into that idea? So we're going to look at the first three metrics we mentioned for our existing example. For example, industry revenue. I would be looking at the furniture industry, maybe the wood furniture industry. Just by doing some online research, this is something that would be in the $106 billion range. It's a fairly large industry to tap into. Market share. How many companies really dominate this industry? It's pretty spread. I would say that about 95 to 98% of the market is spread among a lot of different companies that either import product or make them locally. Even though we are only talking about wood or sustainable products, it's a very large industry. So I will have competition, but I don't have to worry about that one behemoth of a company to attack or to really compare myself to. And then the number of customers. In the case of furniture, in the case of wood furniture, it's a very large industry again. So in US households alone, I could be talking about 132 million people. I have a fairly large customer base I can tap into. So these are all of the really core market concepts to look into and look at the industry size and growth. In the next upcoming videos, we're going to be looking at the other industry concepts, other market concepts to really focus on and plan our e-commerce business around.